Hey YouTube, the new season just launched. I haven't even looked at this. This is truly going to be like a live reaction, so let's check it out. It is a Might and Mastery update. So it's a new season. I like how it says the new season is almost here. Okay, so Tuesday the 4th, which we know at 1 p.m. end of season. Reset rank up requirements. Okay. Okay, Scroll Cup. Hey, look at Niantic. This is actually, I have never heard of the Scroll Cup, so we have a new cup here. Willpower is old. Which most people just do Great League. Scroll Cup, will take a look at what it is, but just normal league rotations. Great League and a Master Premier. Spring Cup is a repeat. Remix. A couple Great League remixes in there. That's nice. Retro Cup is a repeat, but you know what? At least having a Great League remix here on the 6th and 13th, and then having a Retro Cup here is nice. Again, no one cares about the Catch Cup, but there's Great League there, and then there's the repeat last open. So you know what? It's not the worst I've seen. Scroll Cup is new, so we'll take a look and see what that is. Willpower will be limited, but we have Great League anyways. And then we have the normal rotation. So we'll see, again, we'll see what Scroll Cup is here during Ultra League and Master League. This could be a little tricky. We'll see that in 1 second. You have Master League Premier, but also Great League option. You have 2 Spring Cups. Again, I do not like it when Niantic does this, the back-to-back limited cups for Ultra League and Master League, because 2 weeks is too long for these limited cups. And again, we'll check what Spring is in a second here. But then we have, again, you can do Open Great League here and then a remix during this one and a retro here. This is what I would like to see more often. Like, who cares about, yes, they do double remix, but at least one is with the Open Great League. And then do one limited cup with an Ultra League and then a different limited cup with the Master League. This is great. So not bad. Go Battle events. Wednesday the 21st, May 21st to Tuesday the 27th. Straight 100. So it's like basically a Go Battle week. Yeah, that's what it says here. Go Battle week. So the normal 4 times dust, 100 battles, yada yada yada. Rewards, we do not care. Encounters, we don't care. Give me time. Okay, Go Battle time research. Yeah, this is just the normal one to get your elite TMs. Avatar items. Let us see what this poses. Do something. Okay. Okay. Nah. It is, what's this called? Mustard, the Dojo Master from the Isle of Armor, an island of the Gala region in the Sword and Shield. So that is the pose. Okay, not bad. Cups, Willpower. So this is a limited cup. So again, this is on during the first. It's only fighting Psychic and Dark, but that won't matter because it's on with this. Scroll Cup. Still only 3. Water, Fighting, and Dark. Water seems to have a huge advantage here. Or maybe Fighting too. Like, Water just generally has an advantage just given its typings. And yeah, Primarina is banned because it is a water, but it's also a fairy. So that would just dominate the other two. So they have to ban the fairy. Fighting will be Dark. I don't know why Darken gets in unless, like, Malamar. Like, right off the top of my head, Malamar with Psywave is going to cause fighters and water some problems. So I would expect something like Malamar out near the top. Your normal waters like Feraligatr are going to be near the top. Maybe some fighters too, like Primeape. So I don't know. So yeah, Primeape, Annihilate, unless it gets nerfed. Let's take a look down here. And then the Spring Cup is Grass, Fairy, and Water. Another 3 typing meta. So I don't love the 3 typing. So we have a 3 typing meta here and a 3 typing meta here. So I don't love 3 typing metas when it comes to 2-week cups, so it's probably gonna get a little boring during the 2nd week of these cups, unfortunately. Remix, Retro has always been Dark, Steel, and Fairy. That's not new. Catch Cup during the season. Update to the combat switch system. The switch timer will continue to be 50 seconds. Okay, that's great. We knew that. It's been last 2 seasons. Ooh, Malamar. Maybe not. Psyshock. Wait, Psyshock. Let us look. Energy cost. No, sorry, not Psyshock. Let me go to PB Poke here. Let's go to the moves. Psyshock is. Psywave is what I'm thinking of. Psyshock is the charge move. Psyshock was a 45 for 70 move. Let me get up a second one to see who has this. So 45 for 70 move. Energy cost decrease. So instead of being a 45 for 70, it will probably be a 40 for 70, increase in the DPE. So Psyshock will be better which Pokemon has Psyshock here. Let's find out. None that use it. Yeah, like Ninetales, when you run Charm on Ninetales, you run usually Charm, Weather Ball, Psyshock. But for the most part, Sylveon. Looks like Hypno has it too, but you probably want the punches in the like again. So Psyshock probably won't move the meta too much, but I think Ninetales with Charm and Psyshock gets a little bit better there. Dazzling Gleam, double reduction here. So the power decreases from 110 to 90, and the energy cost decreases. So normally when they do this, it leads to a double. So Dazzling Gleam right now is 70 for 110, which is 1.57. So when you have a 70 energy move that is only doing 1.57 damage per energy, that's not good enough. So I think it's going to get a net buff. They're going to decrease the damage from 110 to 90, which means they're going to decrease this cost probably down to like 50 is my guess. It needs to be substantial. If this energy doesn't go down to like 50 or 55, it's essentially still useless. So we'll have to see how much the energy decreases. If it goes to like 55, 50, I think this move becomes better. If it's like 60, it's going to be just worse. So Dazzling Gleam, I think they're trying to buff this one. You know, some of your fairies, like, yeah, a lot of the fairies have it, but they aren't using it. Ninetales again. Ninetales getting the double buff here with the Psyshock and the Dazzling Gleam buff. And other fairies here, like, not fairies, but Jumpluff has it. I always keep saying fairies because it has Fairy Wind, but Jumpluff has it. So we'll have to see net how much that does. Aqua Jet. Someone mentioned Aqua Jet's going to get buffed. 45, because a new Pokemon is coming in. So right now I think like 1 or 2 Pokemon have this, so it's not a lot, but way more power and energy cost decrease. So a super buff here. So much more damage, 25 more damage, and it costs less. So it was a terrible, terrible move. It was a 45 for 45, which is useless. It's essentially a useless move. I don't think many Pokemon have this yet. We'll check, but I think one new Pokemon coming is getting it. So right off the bat, 45 to 70 and an energy cost decrease. So now it's a 70 and 40 essentially. So a 40 energy, 70 damage move is what it's going to be. Let's see if there's any 40-70s just so you guys can have a comparison. So a 40-70 would be similar to, it'd be above Drill Pick. Is there really no 40-70 here? So better than Mud Bomb, better than Icicle Spear, better than the punches, but worse than Hydro, not surprising. Slightly better than Drill Peck, little less than Doom Desire. So that's probably where it's going to land in the 40-70, which makes it way better, actually usable. I don't think a lot of Pokemon have Aqua Jet. Do all these Pokemon have Aqua Jet? Or, oh yeah, Dugong does have Aqua Jet. Interesting, Dugong having Aqua Jet to give it some water cover. I don't know if you'll use it, but in terms of the stats here, if it's 40 for 70, you know, it's got better damage per energy than Icy Wind. Does it have any secondary effects? No. So maybe the Drill Run Icy Wind coverage is pretty nice. But instead of going Drill Run, maybe you go Icy Wind and a quicker Aqua Jet. I can see that on Dugong. I can see you going a 40 energy, 70 damage Aqua Jet and a Icy Wind to lower the attack and have some coverage. Although you lose any water coverage. Like against like a Feraligatr, you have nothing to throw. So you kind of need the Drill Run. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if it's actually more usable with Dugong. Golisopod's an interesting one because Liquidation, 45 for 84. Now having a quicker one, 40 for 70, maybe. And the damage per energy is still not there. Did I say Dynamic Punch is going to be reduced? Interesting. And then there's like other Pokemon. So apparently a new Pokemon is supposed to get it. And what did I just see? Dynamic Punch. Energy cost decreased. Hello, Medi. So Dynamic Punch. Let's go back up here. Go Dynamic Punch is a 50 for 90. So now we're going to basically, if it's going to decrease the energy, it's only going to go down 5. But that just makes it a 2 damage per energy instead of 1.8. So those dynamic punch users get buffed. Again, the first one that came to my mind was Medi, because I think it's the one that uses. Oh, Golurk. Golurk's kind of a sneaky one now. Golurk's already near the top, and now it has a quicker dynamic punch. So quicker dynamic punch there. Your Machoke Machamps have it, but Medi is the main one that actually uses it still. These other ones use like a quicker fast move, like cross chop and stuff. But dynamic punch on Medi and Golurk seem to be some early risers there. So keep that in mind. Sludge buffed. It needed a buff. It was such a bad move. The first Pokemon that comes to my mind is Galarian Weezing. So just to put it in perspective, how bad Sludge was. Sludge was 40 for 50, 1.25. So now it's 40 for 70, which is what Aqua Jet looks like it's going to be too. And the Sludge, again, the first one that came to my mind was Galarian Weezing. Oh, great. Does this thing also have... No, it has Sludge Bomb. Okay. So that has Sludge Bomb. This one has Sludge Bomb. So it's weird that we're just going to get a bunch of these Sludge Bomb without Sludge. Sludge Wave too. Like again, so all these do not have it. This has Sludge Bomb. Again, the first Pokemon that has Sludge that I remember is Galarian Weezing. And it's a brutal move. So Galarian Weezing now with a... again, we will get Stab on it too, so it's going to be over 2 damage per energy. So you maybe go now Sludge and a second move, either Brutal Swing or Play Rough or Overheat, is my guess. So I think Galarian Weezing is going to be the main one that benefits from Sludge. Does Quillfish have Sludge? Nope, Sludge Wave. Yeah, so it's a lot of these other Pokemon just have Sludge Wave, which is better. Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave. Nidorina, nope, Sludge Bomb. So it looks like Galarian Weezing is the big one for Sludge. Hex, more power, energy generation increased, energy generating increased. So this is a buff to Hex. So Ghost's a little better here. So why is it a buff to Hex? We go to the fast moves here. We have Hex, and it was a 3-turn move where you did 6 damage and got 12 energy. So your damage per turn was 2 and your energy was 4. So this combo was not good. That's why Jellicent and stuff have gone away, because Astonish is just a better move. So now they are buffing the damage. So that 6 damage turns to 7 damage. So you're doing more damage. And you're buffing the energy. Energy generated increased. So this is going to go from like a 12 to a 13. So now it's going to do... It's a 3-turn move that will do 7 damage, and it will do 13 energy. So you're probably looking at, again, I'll have to break out a calculator, or I'll update it for tomorrow when I do the deep dive. But you're essentially looking at 2.67 and then like 4.33 for the energy. So definitely an increase in Hex. Again, the main one that comes to my mind is Jellicent. A lot of the other Marowak. Marowak is kind of a sneaky one. Fire Spin's also buffed though, like last season. So Drifblim, I still think Astonish is going to be better. Or are they going to be clones? No, because Hex is going to be just more energy. So this is going to be like, again, 4.33, and then you're going to get up to like with Stab, like 2.8 here. Astonish is just still such a hard-hitting move. But if you want a faster Pokemon with Drifblim, Hex is now better. Marowak, Dusknoir. Well, Dusknoir has Astonish. So these Astonish Hex users will have to see through the Sims what happens after the buff. But yeah, so look at potential Ghosts getting a little more play next season, which is nice because Ghosts resist poison, so that could change the meta that way. Acrobatics, energy cost decrease. So Acrobatics was already a nuke, but it was a little slow to get to. So 60 for 110. So now we're looking at probably 55. You can't go much more than that because 55, 110 is already 2 damage per energy on Acrobatics. And again, the main one I'm thinking of is Jumpluff. So Jumpluff, Emolga, and Nagando. So maybe Emolga. Emolga with Acrobatics could be actually a sneaky one because as a flyer, people are like, this is kind of a good one already. But so a little quicker Acrobatics on Emolga would be great. Jump Fluff becomes a little more scary because you now may run the nuke on it. It is a legacy move, so you need to consider that. Ooh, there's actually a lot of move updates. Air Cutter. Power down, energy cost down, chance to increase the user's attack by 1 stage. Okay, so this is just energy cost decrease. So this is clearly a terrible move before. I don't even know any Pokemon that had it. Yeah, 55 for 60 is brutal. So right off the bat, power down to 45. So it's going to be a 45. Ooh, which means this energy needs to go down to like 35. If this power is going down to 45, the only way this works is it goes down to 35. If it is anything above 35, it is useless. So keep that in mind. It really needs to go down a lot to have play. Pidgeot, Golbat, Crobat. So yeah, Air Cutter, like I said here, to even have a chance at being good, needs to go down to 35 energy or else it's useless. Ooh, Rollout got nerfed. Rollout got nerfed. Finally, the first one. That's actually interesting. Rock Tomb. Power increase, energy cost decrease. Guaranteed to lower the opponent's attack by 1 stage. So this is a buff. So more power, less energy. More power, less energy on Rock Tomb. And lowering the opponent's attack. So not many of them running it right now. Runerigus has it. So maybe Runerigus. Looks like some of these like ground Pokemon have it. So maybe these grounds get a little bit of a buff here with Rock Tomb. I don't know how much it's going to change. Well, let's see. Buffing the attack by 80. This is essentially a triple buff. You're buffing the power it does, the damage it does. You're decreasing how much it costs to get to, and you're lowering the opponent's attack. So this is a substantial upgrade. It was a terrible move. Wait, there was already a 100% chance of lowering your opponent's attack. Guarantees to lower the opponent's attack by 1 stage. That was already a thing on Rock Tomb. So I was about to say, I thought Rock Tomb already did that, because who uses Rock Tomb a lot is Magcar Go in the limited cups. And it's always so deadly. People use Rock Tomb over Rock Slide because Rock Tomb lowers the opponent's attack. So Rock Tomb on Magcar Go is already good. So Magcar Go in limited cups is going to be way better because now, again, the attack already guaranteed the attack, but it's now hits harder and costs less. So Magcar Go could be an interesting one that rises up the rankings too. Maybe even the Open Great League. Some of these other ones too, like Runerigus, maybe you run Brutal Swing Straddle Ball is a nice combo, so maybe you wouldn't even use that. But maybe some of these other grounds come here. Rollout is nerfed. Ooh, Nightshade is nerfed as well. So Corsola, Foul Play. Look at all and Discharge. Look at all these updates. Look at Niantic going at it here. Okay, Rollout nerf is good. The Rollout users, Dunsparce, Miltank, all these Rollout users were overpowered to a certain extent. So Dunsparce gets nerfed, Licky Licky gets nerfed, Miltank gets nerfed, Bibarel gets nerfed. There's your first real nerf that will matter. Dunsparce will not be the good save swap, which could increase the amount of fighters in this. No. If these are nerfed, there's less normal, so maybe less fighters, so maybe less flying. I don't know. We'll have to see how that changes the meta, but there goes one of your main save swaps. Nightshade is nerfed. Again, this is just a direct, for my opinion, this is just direct attack on Corsola. So Corsola with Nightshade is nerfed. Golette's not using it. Again, a lot of other Pokemon don't even have it as their main move, or it's useless. So this is truly just a direct attack on Corsola. So Corsola will no longer be the number one Pokemon. It still just looks like Clodsire is going to move right back up to the number one Pokemon. Foul Play. Power and energy decreased. So Foul Play was already like a kind of quick charging one because I just used what's his name? Umbreon the other day. So it was a 45 for 70. Now the power is going down to 60. So that's a significant. That's 10. So this thing needs to be 35. Because if it's 40 and 60, is not a good ratio to have here. Like, for it to be good, it would need to go down to 35. Because 35 for 60 would be higher, like 1.8-ish, 1.7, 1.8. But if you do 60, 40 for 60, you're looking at similar DPE. So if they want a similar DPE, they could just do 40 for 60. I would like to see a 35, but we'll have to see. Again, Umbreon was the first one. You know, there's Mandibuzz, there's Malamar, Umbreon. So Malamar, Umbreon, Sableye. This affects a lot, like Oranguru, Trevenant, Foul Play, Scrafty. Foul Play affects a lot, so we'll have to see how much energy, if it goes down to 40 energy or 35 energy. I can maybe do sims on both. And the last one, Discharge. Oh, wait, and then there's updates. Discharge down to 55 power and the energy. So again, when you see these double lowers, 60, like lower the power and lower the energy, most of the times they are buffs. Like we saw that with Brutal Swing. Brutal Swing became a really quick, spammy, fast move. And with Discharge going down to 55, I think you basically have to bring this down to like, yeah. So again, it's going down to 55, which is 10. So if you only bring this down to 40, that's useless. 40 and 55 is terrible. So Discharge has to go to 35. If it's not 35, it's a terrible, terrible move. So this needs to be 35 for 55 for it to be useful. And if that's the case, then your Discharge users are buffed like Galarian Stunfisk. So do Galarian Stunfisk. Emolga could get a double here. Emolga could get a Acrobatics and Discharge buff after having already gotten a Thundershock buff. So Emolga looks like a potential real early riser here in the meta. So Emolga coming in hot here. Am I going to get a new favorite electric again this next season? Okay. So those are the main... Oh yeah, plus Charjabug. Charjabug with better Discharge would be nice too. So that could be cool. Like these three electric Pokemon would be better. So you know what? I'm liking most of these updates. I like the attack on Corsola. I like the attack on the rollout users. I like some of these buffs, like to Sludge. Some of these other moves, I don't know how useful they will be, but I kind of like some of them. Dynamic Punch maybe just brings Medi back with the Psycho Cut. And then some of these are really dependent on how much is your energy decreasing. If it's decreasing by 5, some of these are useless. If it's decreasing by 10 or more on some of these, it's going to be very, very useful. So we'll have to see the updates next season. Piloswine and Mamoswine with Icicle Spear. So those are quicker moves than Avalanche. Again, I don't know how useful Piloswine will be with Icicle Spear. You know what? I'll run this sim tomorrow. This is just to get this video out. It's already been 22 minutes. I will do a Beyond the Hype video tomorrow where I will add these moves to the Pokemon tomorrow. So I will add Icicle Spear to Piloswine to see how it does, and Mamoswine. And, you know, Togetic with buffed Psyshock now, so Togetic will probably have more play in the Great League. I don't even know what the hell this Pokemon is. Is this a new Pokemon? I've never seen this before. It will get Psyshocks. Bruxish gets Psyshock, so a little coverage in that limited cup there. Ooh. Psywave to Lapras. Psywave to Lapras. I said I would not run these until tomorrow, but I want to see what Psywave on Lapras would do, because that seems crazy. So against the main meta, Lapras right now is running with Ice Shard and Skull Bash. But if we add Psywave to it, I don't know if Malamar gets by because it is also half psychic, so that Psywave really adds up. Yeah, that does not surprise me. You go from a 15 and 24 to a 20 and 19, picking up Annihilate, Ariados, Bibarel, Corsola, Doxbun, Feraligatr, Toxapex, Wiggly, and Marowak, losing Guzzlord, Jumpluff, Mandibuzz, and Stunfisk. Yeah, that one just jumped off the screen at me for Lapras there. And Grumpig too. Like, again, I'll run these later. Ferret with Swift could be interesting. Like a quick stab normal type move. This could be interesting. And same with Linoon. Swift there could be interesting. Grumpig getting the double buff because Dynamic Punch is buff too. So Grumpig is going to get Psywave and a buffed punch. Okay, check out your Grumpigs because I think that could be a early riser. Lapras also gets Sparkling Aura. Sableye gets a buffed Dazzling Gleam. Hey, we're just going to nerf Rollout and give it to Blastoise. Blastoise, you're forever not going to be able to be used. Maybe it's better than the current fast moves. So I'll run the sims of all these maybe tomorrow. A lot of people getting Rollout even though it was just nerfed. Credilli with Rock Tomb is interesting, especially if it gets buffed double. Credilli could be a nice look there. Swampert with Sludge. Again, most probably still use Hydro and Earthquake, so I don't know how useful this will be. Swalot with Sludge will be interesting. I could see Swalot with Sludge jumping up a bit. And Ferret's also getting Trailblaze, so Ferret's going to get buffed a bit. Holy, there's a lot of Poison Sting. Ooh, this could be, talk about a glass cannon. Poison Sting, Roserade. How spammy that will be. So I'll need to throw all these in. This is, again, if I started throwing all these in now, it would be a 50-minute video. So I just want to get this out. I will do a Beyond the Hype tomorrow morning during Unova Tour. But I'll do Beyond the Hype tomorrow on all these. And then a couple Sucker Punches too. So giving Bombardier, Bellybolt, and Mightyena. So all these, this one's actually dark, so this could be interesting. But really fast, really nice charge moves. Florga is actually getting Trailblaze. Again, I don't know how useful it is to buff a Fairy Wind, but actually having coverage could be nice as opposed to just having moves. So you know what? There's a lot of updates here. We'll have to see how this affects the meta. Like I said, the early risers are obvious. Some of these are just like Medi's going to rise here. Jellicent's going to rise. Acrobatics, so like Jumpluff and Emolga's going to rise with the buffs here. Rollout users, Dunsparce is going to fall. Corsola is going to fall. Lapras is going to rise. So not bad. Honestly, it's a pretty nice update. It should change the meta a bit. We're still going to have... I'm just trying to think how this is going to affect the main meta. I still think the problem is like you're going to get like Clodsire. So Corsola goes down, which means Clodsire already goes up. So Clodsire was already so good. A couple are getting Psywave and other Psyshock, Psychic moves, so maybe a little less. Normals are going to go down, so Diggersby may hold up there. You know, there's a couple Electrics getting buffed, so maybe less. It still seems, honestly, it still seems like the grounds are going to dominate. Like Gastrodon, maybe with less rollout users, Gastrodon is a little less strong. But yeah, we'll have to see. So that's the quick analysis. We'll do a more in-depth analysis tomorrow. So appreciate you watching. Appreciate the thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one.